There's only so much the people here can handle. We're a community of less than 100,000 people, and we've got several thousand people living in our community.
Advocates are firing back at municipal authorities in Niagara Falls who say their resources are being stretched to their limits due to an increasing number of asylum claimants being relocated to the city after crossing the border from the U.S. into Quebec.
Obviously, Niagara is a community that needs a lot of support and a lot of services. But it's not refugees who are at fault.
Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati says people often arrive with no ID or other basics.
They've had to put classrooms temporarily in the gymnasium and the libraries so that they could accommodate all of the asylum seekers. Our food banks are feeling the stress. There's been a surge in Ontario Works through the social assistance applications. They've had to bring on extra staff, extra resources, extra money.
Migrant advocate Syed Hassan says the strain on resources predates the latest arrivals.
Even as the casinos are growing in the region and there's big money coming in, there's not been any investment in social services.
The Canadian government says as of Feb 13th, 2,841 asylum claimants have been moved to Niagara Falls. Diodati says the federal government is paying for around 2,000 hotel rooms from the city's inventory of 16,000 to house them.
We've got 40,000 people count on tourism to feed their families. We need to make sure that the goose that lays the golden eggs is really healthy. When the tourists come back, I can tell you the hotel operators are going to rent out to the tourists because they will buy in the restaurants and the attractions. Not so with the asylum seekers.
This is anti-refugee xenophobia by another name. Way more Ukrainians have settled in Niagara in the last year than these few thousand we're talking about. So why is it that these are primarily Haitian, Nigerian, Ugandan, black people coming across the border in very few numbers, only a few thousand of them being settled, and we are certainly hearing about a rush on services.
Both sides agree the Canadian government needs to come up with a better long-term plan.
The federal government should coordinate with community organizations and provide settlement services and legal services to these places.
Diodati says he recently spoke with Immigration Minister Sean Fraser about the number of people being sent to Niagara Falls.
The minister said we expect this to peak in the next week or two. It should level off, and then we're hoping that it recedes. But we need to have a better strategy than hope, that's for sure. We need to know exactly what the plan is and how we're going to address the asylum seekers in our community.
Diodati adds that Minister Fraser also spoke about taking a Team Canada approach to the issue, and they're looking to other jurisdictions in the country to step up and help out. For City News, I'm Dilshad Burman.